YouTube? What is up? Welcome back to the Radar for Rasslin Studios.
What's up, Bucks?
AEW Dynamite just finished up. It was a halfway decent episode of AEW Dynamite. It was what it was. We ain't got no takeaways for you because not really much went down that was really of any importance, minus one thing. But awesome. We're just gonna cover it. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. But we're just gonna cover it. No takeaways. Just go through the show. Give you some analysis of what's going on in the show and what we thought about everything. You know. Some interesting things. Yeah, Christian Cage in his in-ring debut in AEW. His first singles match since like 2014. He's obviously came back at the Rumble this past year, so you know he's been back. But he's his first match in AEW against Frank Kazarian. You had the return of the Inner Circle. You had a new faction be born out of another faction. Who thought you would ever see that? You know, then
AEW,
yeah. Well, I mean, it happened already with the Pinnacle, and then it happened again a couple weeks later with you know, the Nightmare Family. So it's like faction city all over the place. So in AEW, you have a faction, another faction is born from that faction. Well, this was even more crazier because actual members of that faction left to create their own faction and attacking the current faction. Whatever. There's a lot of stuff going on there. You had a big arcade match at the end. We got a lot of stuff to get into. But before we do it, guys, but like and a comment on this video, comment, listen in the comment section below what you guys thought of AEW. Where do you think AEW is headed? I'm still working on that video. I was telling you guys about the problem with AEW. I'm pretty much just gonna bury a lot of AEW in that one. If you're not into that, then watch my AEW is better than WWE video that came out months ago, which I don't feel the same way about. But check those things out. Let me in the comment section what you guys think about AEW and where it's headed and how it, you know, how this episode was. Did you enjoy it or not? Subscribe or not subscribe, notification bell. You guys learn new videos drop. Social media's right, know the story. Let's get right into it. AEW started out with Christian Cage versus Frankie Kazarian, two veterans in the ring, and it was a really good match. It was good to see Christian back in the ring. He looks just as good as when the last time you saw him. Yeah, he had a good performance against Kazarian. Obviously, they put him against Kazarian because it's another veteran guy that worked together well. I believe they've had matches before, and
they have great chemistry too. Like the match, they were flowing really good the entire match. I enjoyed it.
Exactly, yeah, it was solid stuff. Cage gets the win, hits the Unprettier, and he gets the win there. So
kill switch, man. Oh boy, what a thunderous kill switch by Christian Cage.
The win there. So good stuff to see Christian Cage get a win in his first debut. So you know, obviously it's good to have him out there not being thrown into just, you know, Kenny Omega immediately. So it's good stuff.
Yeah, no, of course he should, like he said, he has to build his way up the rankings, make sure the rankings are important, make sure they're still kept in some relevancy when it comes to getting title shots.
Yeah, exactly. Next thing on the show is the exhibition match: Cody versus QT Marshall, special guest referee Arn Anderson. I did not like this match. I don't like the whole feud. The whole feud seems pointless to me. So he's obviously upset. He doesn't want to be part of the Nightmare Family anymore. So the match is going on, whatever. It's meandering around. You have QT Marshall go to the outside. He gets back in and then attacks Arn Anderson, and that's when the everything goes to shit, right? So that happens, and you have different members of the Nightmare Family, which is members I didn't even know that were part of the Nightmare Family.
I can't even keep up. It's just everybody from like the Nightmare Factory is coming and just joining the Nightmare Family. I don't know who even knows these guys.
So you have and it's a faction that's born out of the Nightmare Family with four members from the Nightmare Family defecting to join QT Marshall, including Marshall. So you have QT Marshall, Aaron Swallow, former boyfriend of Bailey. I don't remember the guy's first names, but it's Komoroto. I think he's the boxer, and Ogogo is the big. I think he's the big burly guy that picked up the supposedly, according to Excalibur, the 500-pound steel steps that he brought up. Threw it on the thing on the stage.
Why would they be 500 pounds?
That's what he said. That's what Excalibur said. So they powerbomb. You know, I believe it's Lee Marshall from the inside of the ring onto the outside, onto the ramp, destroyed him. They bloodied up Dustin Rhodes, power drive him on top of the steps. They were gonna do kind of like a concerto thing to Cody when Red Velvet comes out and kind of saves the day.
A lot of courage. I agree. She's the only one.
And then after this, Red Velvet will get attacked by Jade Cargill because that's still going on. You know, but yeah, I don't really care about this. The Nightmare Family is the worst faction of all the factions AEW because they do absolutely nothing, and then now you have a sub faction coming out of that one. It's just, I don't know.
And you can't keep up with the members on this thing. It's like it's Cody, then Cody has a random person show up, and it's part of the Nightmare Family. Why? Because he has the hoodie on. Like I don't know. And the QT Marshall stuff, I guess they just want to put him more in prominent roles. I see what they're trying to do, but like, I don't know, I'm not really getting behind this. And why is his stable any better than anybody else's stable? Like, honestly, like he's been the guy with the pen in the back for crying out loud.
Yeah,
I don't know, whatever. It's not really adding to you're watering down with the stables. I'm just saying, there's like some stables just really not that important. Like this one is really not that important. I'm not liking the Matt Hardy stable either at the moment. some of them don't really need that many stables. Like too many right now. It's way too many.
Yeah, and there's like it's a lot. I mean, to be honest, there's just so many stables. Yeah, technically like a new stable seems like at the end of the show too. So let's get to the next thing because it's stable after stable. So we have John Moxley taking on Cesar Bononi, and it's just an extended squash match. You have Ryan Nemeth and JD Drake out there with Cesar. They get involved, but Moxley still gets the win. So yeah, I mean that's it. Whatever, it's still happening. Nothing crazy here going on with that. Next thing on the show was MJF gonna give a gift to the Pinnacle. This is the best thing that happened on the show. So they're in the locker room. That was the Inner Circle locker room, right? So they have the thing, right? He's there. He's telling the Pinnacle that he's got a design a tailor, so he's gonna get everybody fitted for new suits, and he shows them the whole catalog of fabrics, stuff like that. He says he got an interior decorator who's gonna fix up the locker room because it's a terrible locker room. Then he's talking about we're gonna finally get the stench out of the bathroom, and when he opens the bathroom door, the entire Inner Circle minus Jake Hager is just chilling there waiting for him.
In this bathroom. I mean, come on. We gotta go.
They're waiting for him in the bathroom. Who knows how long they're waiting for? So they waited, and he closed the door immediately and says, like, we got to get out of here. And as soon as they open the exit door, Jake Hager is waiting for them. So then the brawl ensues, and it's all out. You have Sean Spears, three weeks in a row, Sean Spears on TV. Imagine that. He gets taken up by Sammy G. Sammy drops him to the floor, smashes his head in between the door. You have Hager and Wardlow battling it out. Hager throws Wardlow through a massage chair. Then you have Pride and Powerful brawling with FTR, and Tully Blanchard gets his ass beat in this one. Yep. You have, I think it was
everything.
Cash getting thrown into the ice bath. Dax Wilder was all bloodied up. Dax Harwood was all bloodied up, and he got his ass beat. Even got like stabbed in the head with like a piece of wood. And then you had MJF and Chris Jericho battling it out, and then MJF gets a swirly from Chris Jericho and gets
blown swirly.
Yeah, and it gets thrown through the Pepsi freezer. So it was good stuff. I thought it was awesome stuff. It was a cool way to have them because I wasn't expecting them to be in that bathroom, right? It was really well done. It was brief, but it was very impactful. And like that's the last thing I was expecting when he opened that bathroom door for the entire Inner Circle minus Jake Hager to be chilling in there. It was good stuff.
Yeah, I really thought they were gonna push it like just a bit longer of not having the Inner Circle around. I thought they were gonna like make us wait a little more, but the way they executed it, where they just opened the door, they were there. It was freaking amazing. So far, this has been some of the best stuff. This Pinnacle Inner Circle thing, like the swerve from like a month ago that happened, that was awesome. And then this segment was great. I'm excited to see what the whole feud's gonna be. But the teams match up so well. Like everybody's like kind of at the same level, like of stardom. So it's like really, equal. But it was an awesome segment. It was one of the best backstage segments since when the golf cart and Sammy Guevara. It was up there. It was that good.
Yeah, it was really good stuff. It was, like I said, such a surprise. I wasn't expecting them to be in the bathroom there, so it was awesome stuff. But that's the best thing that happened in the show. Next thing after this, Don Callis interrupts a Young Bucks promo, talks to Matt Jackson alone, and says that he hurt Kenny's feelings. Kenny came here not for the money or anything like that. He left Japan, could have went to WWE, but he didn't, for the the Young Bucks, stuff like that. So Callis slaps Matt Jackson. Matt Jackson kind of just he's like, he grabs him and then kind of lets him go. I don't like it. The storyline really isn't that good because it's been so like they stopped it and then it just come back to it. It's just AEW. That's the problem with AEW right now. They do this a lot. So this leads directly into the next match, 6-man tag. It's AEW Dynamite when you have a 6-man tag because they always gotta have one. Lucha Bros and the Laredo Kid versus Kenny Omega and the Good Bro. Laredo Kid stepping in for Pac. Obviously Pac is dealing with an injury. In the end, Omega and the Good Brothers get the win here, which is fine. And then they do they're doing the beat down in the ring, and then you have Omega come out. Moxley come out, and Moxley comes into the ring with the Bucks in tow, and they kind of fend off, scare them off. But that's pretty much it.
Which is a match for next week, basically. So we're gonna have another big tag team match next week.
Yeah. Because they can't hold to the pay per view. So yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it was all right, decent segment. Ray Phoenix did some crazy walking on the rope and flying off stuff, and I'm sure JR loved the fact that everybody was just sitting there waiting for that stuff. He hates that crap, but it was an all right, decent segment. The feud's not the greatest, but we'll see where it goes. There's definitely the continuity there of their friendship for so long. I mean, there's something there, so we'll just see how they get to their final part of the feud. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, it's not much, but we'll see what goes down. Next thing I show is Tay Conti and Hikaru Shida taking on Nyla Rose and Allie, the bunny. So she's the bunny's with Matt Hardy. She's part of that crew because Butcher and Blade are, and Nyla Rose with Vicky Guerrero. So they have the other faction. You have the Dark Order with Tay Conti, right? So I mean, there's just issues between all these people. Now, according to Matt Hardy, that whole bet he had, or the whole wager match that he had with Adam Hangman Page is coming up to an end because the first quarter is almost over. Whatever, nobody cares. So they have the match. Allie and Rose get the win. You had Allie using the kendo stick on Tay Conti to get the win there. But a lot of beef going on between everybody in this ring, and then it's just a lot going on. And you have Hardy and everything involved, and it's just like, where's Thunder Rosa at, right? So I'm thinking about, like, where's that? Like, I like Tay Conti. It's cool that they're giving her. I like how they're giving Tay Conti a push. Britt Baker had a little promo talking about elevation, basically. But where was Thunder Rosa here? And it's fine, but like, I just don't understand. Like, the whole point is just, it's not good. I don't like it. I don't like it whatsoever. And it's just another stable here with Hardy and his crew, and it's just like, I guess Nyla Rose kind of part of it now. Who the hell knows?
I mean, there's the women's division just needs to be, the focal point needs to be Britt Baker, and just that should be the main person. Not throwing in. Tay Conti is good. I mean, like, I'm excited for her. She's actually pretty good. But like the bunny being thrown in there, that type of stuff. Like, how much more Nyla Rose can we see? We've seen a lot of her. Kakaru, she was the longest running champion. It's been kind of blah for me. I just want to see more. I just want to see more. That's all. I mean, I'm greedy. I just want to see more.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll see what happens. It's just another faction. So let's get to the next thing, is the main event. And it's a long ass match. It's that Arcade Anarchy match. Chuck Taylor, Orange Cassidy, Kip Sabian, and Miro. Now they had stuff set up like it was like a carnival type thing. Then the arcade machines, and they had a air hockey machine. They just had a couple things there to kind of go with the whole vibe of arcade and stuff like that, right? So whatever. I mean, it's fine. You have the match. It's super long. I mean, parts were entertaining, parts were kind of ridiculous. But it
was an arcade match. I mean,
yeah, so you couldn't expect much. Yeah. Taylor and Cassidy get the win, but at parts you had Miro looking like a badass, even though I feel like he's completely wasted this entire segment and this entire feud. But for the most part, the match was okay. It was entertaining. That's what it was for. They did pretty much everything you could think of. Yeah. And they took big bumps. And you had the return of Chris Statlander, who we hadn't seen in a long time. She attacked Penelope Ford. She actually came out of the claw machine, and then dropped Penelope Ford through the air hockey table, which was a cool spot. Which was a cool spot. Then you have the big return. You had two returns this match. You had Chris Statlander, and then you had the white minivan roll up. Sue driving it. Obviously, the mom of Trent. Trent comes out, gets a kiss from his mom, and helps. From his mom, and helps the best friends take down Miro, because that's what they were taking down at the end. It was 3-on-1. He was able to drop Miro into the table, and then you had Chuck Taylor and Kip Sabian through another table through the big crash pad there, and he was able to get the win there. So as a match, it's not for everybody, but it's like similar to like a Stadium Stampede and stuff like that. You have to take it for what it is. But it was entertaining. I enjoyed it. It was really long. It really was, though.
It was long, commercials in between. I don't like the fact that the arcades were just boxes with that are like made to look like arcades, or just like cover of Mortal Kombat 2. I mean, come on, Tony Khan, you're a billionaire. Just buy a bunch of arcades and blow them up. What's the big deal? Come on, stop being ridiculous. But it was good to see Miro in action and really dominate and show what he can do and be a monster. And I like how they were the announcers were trying to sell him as like he's completely unstoppable. No one can stop him. And it took 3 guys to take him down. So I think if anything, it just made Miro look stronger, and he came out looking the best at anybody involved in this match. And we have another stable, so we got the best friends now with Chris Statlander. Maybe with
Chris Statlander, because they were all in the ring celebrating, giving the thumbs up to the mom.
Stu, and Stu's part of the crew too. So it was a minivan. I mean, that's probably going to be a toy too. Coming out soon. So I mean, we have another stable. It is what it is, and good to see Chris Statlander back, and Miro was the tops, but. Funny. It was entertaining match. It was fun. It was definitely AEW style, off the wall type match.
Yeah, it's what you expect from AEW stuff like this. What you expect, whether you liked it or you didn't, it was what it was.
It's fun. It was fun.
What the most important thing coming out of this, end the feud, Miro go on to a singles run after this and really be pushed.
Dominate people.
Go dominate people. That's the big thing about this. That's the most important thing. Yeah.
him and Darby, that would be such a good
Yeah,
match
for the TNT Championship, yeah.
The size difference, and Darby can play the small guy, and Miro can be the monster. I mean, I think it'd be a great, just saying AEW, just saying you could have a money making match right there.
Yeah, I mean, what you could do is you could get Archer's involved in that, and then you have, and then you could have also, Miro just get involved. A couple of other things really quickly after, during AEW Dynamite, you had a big promo from, from Darby Allin and Sting, one of those, Darby Allin-esque promos, you know how that goes. So, obviously has issues with Archer. Then you had Team Taz having a promo as well. Still issues with Brian Cage and Team Taz, so we'll see how that ends up turning out. But all in all, it was an okay episode of AEW Dynamite. Nothing special, not much happened. The best thing in the show was the Pinnacle and Inner Circle,
which was really good.
Which is really good stuff. But guys, that's a review we have for you guys today. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Remember to like and subscribe. Comment in the comment section below what you guys thought of AEW and what was your favorite thing about AEW's Dynamite tonight. Did you enjoy the arcade match? Let us know in the comment section what you guys thought. And then that's the video we have for you guys tonight. If it doesn't work, you better do the job.
Later, Marks.